it's a really challenging time. It's as if you have moved from everything what has been familiar to you. Suddenly you're finding yourself in a space which feels really unfamiliar, and everything what you thought was going to happen in your life, the visions that you have envisioned for yourself like a million times, that kind of video in front of you, it's been torn down. And so you realize that everything what you thought was going to be your life, it's actually not gonna be your future. And so it kind of feels devastating, because that is how we operate as well as human beings, is that we do have, it happens on a subconscious level. And of course, we can also be very aware about this as well. But we are always looking in pictures, even if we don't know that we do. So we always see it in our minds first, and then we take action on it. And so we have this clear image about what we think our future will be like, and that's how we are moving towards it as well. But when this like big catastrophe, for example, a family breakup, with somebody that you trust, has happened, and now that's like a huge piece of movie right there that has been taken out, and now there is like a blank screen in front of you, and you're wondering to yourself like, okay, so where exactly am I going? What exactly is the future that I am looking at right now? And so that is the feedback that also that you're kind of getting from looking at that sort of blank screen as well. There is all of those questions like, what is going to happen with me? What will be the future that I am moving towards? What will happen? How will I feel? Will I be okay? Am I going to figure all these things out? And then you will realize that you're actually feeling quite exhausted, and you can feel depleted. And now you're also starting to ask a lot of these big questions, like this existential questions as well, about what's the meaning to life? What is my purpose? What's the meaning to all of this? There must be a bigger meaning to why this is happening. It cannot just happen just because these things happen. It must be a deeper meaning, right? And so all of this is what's happening with you right now. And I know that it can feel extremely daunting. I have been there myself, and that's why I am extremely also passionate about this topic as well, because I've gone the road before you. It took me a really long time to figure out what are the right steps. And what I mean when I talk about the right steps is that because you're wanting to make this transition from your old version of yourself, how you have been doing things, how you have been living life, how you have been using yourself when you've been working, right? That also caused a certain degree of depletion, if not complete exhaustion, right? And so you don't want to retrieve going back to that. Okay, so this catastrophe that you're going through right now, it actually is what I call a blessing in disguise. Okay, so it's actually a blessing. Right now it doesn't feel like it, but it is. And so when you heal and you come out the other end, you will realize that this was actually happening for the sake of your personal growth, because it will develop you into a fuller human being, into a version of yourself. You are getting to know yourself really well, going through something like hard times of life. That's what it does to us when we are choosing to look at it from the angle of, okay, this has a greater purpose to it. Let's figure out what that is, and let's take care of yourself as well in the process. And so it really comes with a gigantic invitation to live your very best life, developing yourself into the authentic, empowered, and whole version of yourself. So this is really the promise that this catastrophe is holding, okay? It is a blessing in disguise. It is an invitation to live aligned with your true, authentic, empowered version of yourself. So that is amazing. And that's really, 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 really huge. It's like the biggest gift of all times, really. And then there are certain steps that you also must become aware of. There are actually 4 of them, 4 steps that you need to become aware of, so that you are not retrieving back to old habits, old routines, but now that you are making this transition from your old self to your new version self, so that you are implementing and putting these steps into place so that you can show up for yourself, that you're really fully feeling supported, so that it becomes easy for you to show up as this new version, true, authentic, empowered version of yourself, living aligned with yourself. And, one of the elements is that you're also discovering your purpose in the middle of all of this as well, so that you are living life with a deeper sense of meaning, with more purpose. And not only with your work, but actually also with the way that you're choosing to take care of yourself and the lifestyle that you're living as well. So that you are really taking care of your body, mind, and spirit, of your holistic health in the middle of all of this as well, so that you really can be present in your life and that you can really take in and enjoy the relationships that you do have in your life, that you can take care of your health in the best possible way that you can. And so it's really all about longevity, living a happy, long life. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. So, if I'm going to sum it up, what I've been talking about here, it is really that you are in a transition right now. And there might have been like a big dramatic event going on in your life right now, but this is my message to you. Know that it is there to serve you in the long run. It really is there to give you an invitation. So now is the time for you to get to know what is the right steps so that you can make this transition really like the best in the best possible way for you, so that you can learn to be yourself all over again in a way, or that you can learn to be yourself in a new way, so that your life and your future and you makes total sense to you. Okay, so I really hope that all of this makes sense to you. And when you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe here to my channel, and you can also send me a message as well with your questions. And when you want to get to know what are these 4 steps to make this transition easy for yourself, then you can send me a message and I will be happy to share those steps with you.